Today, we're going to show you how to make one of the most popular condiments in North Indian cuisine, green chutney. Perfect for dips, spreads, and plays a very important role when talking about Indian snacks and chaat, where this fresh, zesty, and herby chutney is often paired with a sweet and sour tamarind chutney to create the perfect harmony of flavors. Make sure to check out our next video to learn how to make the tamarind chutney. But for now, let's get started with our green chutney. The base of this chutney is fresh coriander, which weighs around 70 grams, and we're going to wash that thoroughly and then lay it on the kitchen towel to pat dry. We've also got some aromatics here, which are some ginger, lime, as well as green chilies. This chutney is also referred to as pudina chutney or mint chutney, but often misleadingly so, as the component of mint is much smaller in comparison to the coriander. And that's because too much mint would make this chutney bitter. Nevertheless, it's still an important ingredient. And so we've got a few sprigs of fresh mint from our balcony. Now for the prep. This part is fairly easy, and we're going to peel and roughly chop everything, add it all to the blender, and blitz it together to a smooth, fine chutney. However, we've got some tips for you along the way. So first, we're going to start by peeling and roughly slicing a piece of ginger. There are lots of variations to this chutney as well, but today we're going to show you a classic version that we often tend to make at home. Next, we're adding in 2 green chilies that we're going to deseed because these are super spicy. And if you don't like spicy food, you can substitute with any other mild green peppers. Now, as for the coriander, we've got a whole bunch of coriander with its leaves and tender stems. Make sure that you don't throw away those stems. They contain a lot of flavor, and they're also going to give this chutney some body. So bunch up the coriander together and then roughly chop it. You're probably thinking, wow, that's a lot of coriander. But wait till we blend everything together, you'll be wondering where it all went. And given the other aromatics that we're adding here, the chutney certainly doesn't taste overpoweringly of coriander. Once it's all chopped up, we're going to add everything to the mixer bowl, followed by the mint leaves. And then for a zesty tang, we're going to add the juice of half a lime. If you've been enjoying this video, make sure to give it a like. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see our next video, where we show you how to make our tamarind chutney. That is sort of the yin to the yang of this mint chutney. Now for final seasonings, we're going to add a teaspoon of salt, as well as a teaspoon of sugar to balance everything out. And our last ingredient is 1 tablespoon of daria or roasted chana dal. And this is completely optional, so if you don't have it, you can leave it out. But it acts as a thickening and binding agent and sort of holds the chutney together. And finally, right before we blend this, we're going to be using an ice cube. Now this is our secret ingredient. The ice cube does a number of things. First of all, it helps maintain the bright green color of the chutney. And secondly, it prevents the chutney from getting bitter or getting overcooked with the heat of the blender. We actually ended up using 2 ice cubes while blending this. And we highly recommend using ice cubes or ice water instead of using regular water to reach the right consistency for the chutney. Make sure you give it a taste for seasoning. At this point, ours was perfect. So we're ready to serve. This chutney is a perfect dipping sauce for fried Indian snacks such as pakoras or samosas. It also works as a great spread for sandwiches or anywhere where you'd use a pesto or a salsa really. And another really popular way to eat this chutney is with yogurt. It makes an appearance in a lot of chaat dishes that contain yogurt, but it's also often mixed into yogurt to create a smoother, runnier dipping sauce that works really well with tandoori dishes. And that's often how you would see this served in restaurants. So here we're mixing a couple of teaspoons of this green chutney in half a cup of yogurt along with a pinch of salt. And this variant is probably how you've seen this chutney served to you at Indian restaurants around you. That's it, folks. We really hope that you enjoyed today's video and are as excited as we are to use these chutneys in our upcoming snacks series. We'll see you in our next video.